Shalom, shalom. This is Moth Mayashal of Naparium. This is Moth Shana Israel Shana Ephraim. Before I get started, I'd like to give all praises and honors to my power Yahweh, by Shem Yahweh Shah, by Shem Rokakadash. Shalom to the Akamakwa from the bind that's tuned into this video. That is peace to the brothers, sisters, and children tuning into this video. I'd like to do a quick hitter discussing like why we preach. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of things are like, it's it's lucky. Hold on. It's lucky. I'd fix my mic. Um, most people didn't think they'd be in a position. Most I say brothers that preach, but I didn't think they'd be in a position to be doing what they're doing now. But everything is through the will of the Lord. And when we get there, is understanding that, like, this is probably one of the most beautiful things that you could be able to do. And it's a blessing and a great thing that the Lord has endowed you with the knowledge and ability to teach. So we're going to start in the book of Luke, chapter 14, verse 23, and it reads, "And how Adawan said unto the servant, Go out to the highway and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled." So you're when they're being told to preach, you're not saying go to these whorehouses, aka the church. They're not saying go you know go in back ways, go to the pavilion, go to a park and preach, because that's not what no one's gonna see it, right? Um, It says, "Go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come into my house to be filled." We're here for the elect's sake. We're here to collect the elect, and we are trying to. That's our job. We are to go out to be the service, make our body a sacrifice, service a sacrifice, and preach to the people. Um, right here, book of Proverbs chapter 1 verse 21. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, and openings of the gates in the city. She uttereth her words, saying. See, this is where the place is supposed to be at. You're supposed to be around where these people are going to see it. People are going to see and uh, around like a busy place, man, about it in the streets. And speaking of going this precept, I thought about this. So I can get hiccups. The book of 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 2. Preach the word. Be instant in season, out of season. Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. Be ready to preach all year round. Be ready to preach no matter what. You know, we are called to be out to the streets, the chief place of concourse. If that's your lot is. That's where our lot is. That's what we're called to do, and be ready to do it all the time. Right? We're not hiding. We're not hiding the truth. We're not hiding who we are. We are here to push the truth. We're gonna be in the chief place of concourse in the highways. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, and we're going to read the first verse. "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm, and my holy mountain, let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Ha'adonai Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand." That's what we're here for, to try to bring in the rest of the elect in, which obviously is up to the Lord, but also blow that trumpet, put a warning out for not just our people, but also for the heathen. The heathen, let them know what their day is coming, right? Let them know what's coming, and the Lord's coming back soon, and it's at hand. We're warning the people. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 58, verse 1, and it reads, "Cry aloud, spare not, don't spare nothing," right? The precept, roughly paraphrasing, "Why does thou trimmest thy way to seek love," right? We're not going to trim our way to seek love. We're going to do what's right. You're going to give it to a shot, no chaser. Like, this is going to give it is what it is, right? So again, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. We're out here warning people. We're speaking loud. We're being, confident in what we're saying because it's the truth. And then warn these people like the trumpet, right? "And shew my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins." We're telling these people where they've gone off, their sins, what they're doing is wrong. The ways today's world is off, and they return unto the Lord, right? The book of Proverbs, chapter 15, verse 28, and it reads, "The heart of the righteous studieth the answer, but the mouth of the wicked poureth out evil things." When you're called into these, to you're called to be a prophet or a teacher. It's a beautiful thing, and you study. And we study to answer because we're being called out to these chief places of concourse. You know, you're going to have people that's going to scoff. You're going to have people that's going to debate you. And you're going to have some people that's genuinely sincere in asking questions. You got to know what's the right thing to say. And the wicked man poureth out evil things. Now, you know the precept says, a righteous man slippeth in tongue, but not in heart. You know, we're human. Sometimes you'll say the wrong thing. You can go back and say, I'm wrong, right? But a wicked man doesn't really care to even to go back and correct himself, and also he doesn't really care to study and try to say the correct thing at all, right? Book of Second Timothy, chapter 2, verse 15. Study to show thyself approved unto the power, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. You know, we're studying to prove ourselves to Yahweh, right? Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai. And then also, so we can answer these questions to these people that come out to the camps, because they are, if they're being sincere and they really want to know what's going on, right? And obviously, you know, the one precept, roughly paraphrasing, you're going to preach into the wind. Sometimes you won't have that interaction with people, but we still doing out there doing the work. But that's what we called for. So I don't want to this quick hitter was edifying and, you know, able to give you some peace. You got to give all praises and honors and my power, Yahweh. Bashim Yahshua, Bashim Rokakadash. Shalom to the Alkamagwa from the blind that tunes this video. That's peace to the brothers, sisters, and children that tunes this video. Shalom.